Hi, Winnie. Hi, sweetheart.
Hello, everybody. I'm here with another pep talk, and our thought for this week is don't awfulize it. And by awfulize, here's what I mean. Okay, first let's talk about that word. I think I made it up. It would be spelled awfulize, and it would be a verb meaning to make things awful. So I remind myself a lot to not awfulize something when some event happens, somebody says something or something occurs that it's easy to go down a rabbit hole of thought and thinking that things are really bad when they're not really bad. So here's an example. Let's imagine that you've applied for a job and you're waiting for a call to see if you're going to get an interview. And you thought that call was going to come this afternoon and they didn't call. Now, if you start awfulizing that, you're going to say, oh, they didn't call because they don't want me. I must be terribly unqualified. Maybe I filled out my application wrong. Maybe I'm not going to get a job anywhere ever for the rest of my life. You know, we can easily start running on those kind of thoughts if we awfulize it. So the thing to do is to think of other benign reasons why this might be happening. Why didn't they call you back? Well, maybe somebody's not in the office today, or maybe they had more applications than they expected and it's taking longer to choose the ones they're going to interview. Maybe the person who's supposed to call you back had an emergency this afternoon and is going to call you first thing in the morning. There are all kinds of reasons why these things might be happening, but when something's really important to us, it's easy to fall into this trap of awfulizing stuff. And there are many times when I have to remind myself, don't awfulize it. You know, teaching is one of those professions where you have good days and bad days, and there are days when I stand up in front of a lecture hall full of people and I'm really on my game and I do a great job of teaching and I really feel a connection with my students and we have a really great session together. And there are other days when I'm just not quite up to par and I misspeak or students don't seem to be engaged and I blame myself for that. And it's easy to awfulize those days and think, oh, I'm terrible at my job and I should do more, I should do better. But I think a lot of us are our own worst critics in those ways. So when your mind starts to run on those kind of thoughts, it might be helpful to remember this word and this phrase and to remind yourself, don't awfulize it. Okay? Have a great weekend and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.